Hello, and welcome to what may be a new series on the channel. We'll have to see how it goes and also how it works out, because I talked about it briefly in my channel update video. And as you can see, I'm level 37 because I started playing this game with a couple of friends. We started playing together, and I've been playing it basically non-stop since the 0.4 update drop. But I wanted to at least make a few guide videos. And then we will see how it goes from there. The first thing you need to be aware of if you are a totally new player, I will probably make chapters in the description, so you can just skip ahead if you want to, if you already know some of this stuff. But when you first boot up the game, if you haven't played it before, you'll be asked to make a new operator, a PMC, private military contractor. And it doesn't really matter which of the three factions you choose. There are a sort of small caveat to that, and one of them is if you want to squad up with friends, you have to be in the same faction. And as I said, there are three factions: Crimson Shield, Mithras Security, and then Lamang Restoration Initiative or Recovery Initiative, something that I am the short version of the Lamang Recovery Initiative, I think it's called, is LRI, and that's the faction I'm in. But it doesn't really matter, except if you want to team up with friends, then you have to be in the same faction. Grey Zone Warfare, it's a PvE game, but it also has a PvE VP, and you can freely change between the two. It's not like you have separate characters for each of these game modes. You can gather up all the loot, level up, just get all the current endgame loot in PvE, and then you can just jump in and do PvP. I haven't played PvE or PvP at all, and I will just call it PvP, not PvE VP, just PvP for the easier version of that. I haven't played PvP. I probably will, but right now, from what I can gather from reading and watching videos on YouTube about it, is that PvP has a lot of issues at the moment that hopefully will get fixed soon, I hope, because I definitely want to play it. But for now, I'll just do PvE. So as I said, I will probably do some guides. Not probably, I will do some guides. My plan is to have at least 3 guides, with the first guide being this one, being, let me just turn down the recorded game volume a bit. The first guide will be for totally new players, or well, not totally new players, but newer players. I still hit some of these places in terms of loot. It will be a loot guide. In the starting town and also the outskirts of the starting town. The second video will be sort of mid-late game loot guides, the places I like to hit. And the last guide will be the current end-game places that I like to hit for loot. Now, there will be some places, if you watch the videos, and you'll wonder why I'm not going those places, I will explain it, because there are some places that I'm not going to, because I feel that the risk-reward factor is just not worth it compared to some of these other places that I like to hit, because you are playing with other players. There is currently no solo mode, there is no private lobbies, there's no offline game mode, there's no private servers. So you are competing with other players for the loot. And that is also the sole reason why I have thumbed down this game on Steam, despite me having played it almost 400 hours already, and that is only since the 0.4 patch. I haven't played it before that. I only started playing it in 0.4. So almost 400 hours in, and I have no doubt that this game will end up being my most played game on Steam at one point. But right now, the game absolutely needs some sort of offline game mode, private lobbies, private servers. I'm pretty sure that they are coming. I don't think they are coming until the game hits 1.0, which is a shame. Because going through some of these current endgame areas and having these really intense firefights with the AI, and then just getting to those loot places and found out that they have already been looted, is just, it completely ruins my immersion. So that is the sole reason why I have thumbed down the game. But let's just get into it. And I think we can slowly turn up the game volume. Let's just actually keep it there for now. And I will say, for a game that's still, from what I can understand, this early in development, I am very, very impressed by it. So this is the Lamang Recovery Initiative. This is our base camp. As I said, there are other factions. Oh, this is not a new server. Okay, so Crimson Shield International, their base camp is over here. And then Mithras Security System, their base camp is down here. Now, a small, again, asterisk, caveat, call it what it will. Let me just very quickly. So you can hear the helicopter coming in. If you press O, and if you have some kind of a headset on, you can mute the helicopters, which is very good to do when you are in base camp. I did say that there are no real reason, a difference between the factions, and in the sense there isn't, because you have this starting area. Again, if you are playing PvP, you are not safe even in this starting area. But you have this starter town, and basically all of the faction has the exact same starter town. It is just rotated a bit. So you can see here, I haven't really been in here, but you can see this big red building is also present here. And you have the exact same layout. You can see criminal hideout, town hall. If we go down here, you can see marketplace, criminal hideout, town hall. So these three towns are exactly the same. They are mirrored, just rotated. But the difference between the faction comes in, and this, you'll probably only have this much later in the game, but you can call down mortar support. You can find mortars on the game map. And as you can see, I am only able to reach with the long range. So this is a short range mortar, medium range, and long range mortars. I am only able to reach sort of Hunter's Paradise, the Hunter's Paradise region, and some part, well, most parts of the Blue Lagoon and Tiger Bay. But I'm not able to hit Fort Narith, with which, if you were to play Mithras Security, you would be able to hit Fort Narith. You probably wouldn't be able to hit the entirety of Midnight Sapphire, which is this current endgame area, being the three current endgame areas are Midnight Sapphire, Fort Narith, and then Tiger Bay. And there is something to be said that, at least for me, I would much rather be able to call down mortar support on Fort Narith, just because it has so many enemies outside of the buildings, whereas in, for instance, Midnight Sapphire, a lot of enemies are present inside of this big hotel. And it's the same with Tiger Bay. A lot of the enemies are inside this mall right here, or the municipal office building. There are, of course, enemies outside, but just be aware of, you won't be able to reach every part of the map with mortar support, depending on the faction. There is no faction that is able to reach any part of the map, so I'm pretty sure that Crimson Shield won't be able to reach fully into Tiger Bay with their mortars, and Mithras, as I said, won't be able to reach fully into Midnight Sapphire. But despite, not sure that's the right word, but what the fuck is the word I'm looking for? Anyway, those are the only real changes there are. The main, as I said in the beginning, the main difference is, if you want to squad up, you need to be in the same faction as the people you want to squad up as. So, as I said, this will be a loot guide where we will concentrate mostly around this starter town here. There are also one place in this area here And it has been so long since I started the game that I don't actually remember. But I think the first mission you have is to do the tutorial, the obstacle course, go and to the shooting range and learn how to shoot. And then you are told to go to, I think, Alpha 1. These are landing zones. So you can call down helicopters from your base camp, or basically also if you are out in any region, you can run to one of these landing zones and you can fly in between them, but you can also return to your base camp. But I think the first mission you get is to go and scout landing zone Alpha 1, and I think you have Alpha 1 unlocked, so you can fly here. You don't want to do that. You don't... They might have changed it since the recent patch. I know that they have said that there are some changes to the new player experience, I believe. So they might actually give you the sort of hidden mission that there is in this game, and I will just show what you need to do. So in terms of, we will go over this at another time, our stash and all of this, what all of this stuff is. I have just stored a lot of high-end game tier items, sort of loot items. But one thing I will probably do, yeah, should we go in with gear that you will have available? You know what, let's actually do that. Let me just really quick just store up all of my weapons, all of my magazines. I think I have, yeah, I have all the ammo I need. Let's just sell this. We won't use the grenade. We will still use this. Let's change this armor. Let's change the helmet. Now, I will still be using these items here because they don't really matter that much in terms of difficulty. I will also be using this backpack. And I will also, these are key cases. You will find keys all over the place that will lock. You'll usually find them on dead NPCs that will unlock. There are some of these loot areas that I want to show off where you need keys to get to some bonus areas where there will be sometimes better loot, sometimes different loot, and you'll get to see that. But just know that you will need a bunch of keys for these places. I have all of my... Oh, let's just... Yeah, let's replace this since we are here. And I will go into the all of the different vendors at a different time. I might do it at the end of this video. We will see how it goes. I want another one of those just to stock up. You should always bring out food and water, and when you start the game, you will only have access to this. These are levels. Okay, let me just go over the traders real quick. So there are these different traders. We won't talk about Walter because he's different. All of these, when you start the game, you will only have unlocked level 1. You gain rep with these traders by selling items to them and buying items from them. You also do missions. There are these regular tasks, and then there are something called long-term contracts. We will get into those at a later time. Those are not really important. But as you gain rep with them, you unlock levels, and you unlock better and better gear from them, all the way up to level 4. It says here that they will... where did it say that? Oh yeah, here. Yeah, you have reached the maximum vendor rank 4. More ranks will be added in future update, which is why I have saved some of these items. Because you get, I think it's 1 rep per 1,000 you buy or sell from the vendor. And that's why, in case they decide to, when they decide to add more ranks, I will be able to very quickly gain a lot of rep very quickly by selling off a lot of this stuff. One thing you need to be aware of is that they have said that in between major updates, that being when they went from, for instance, 0.3 to 0.4, and when they go from 0.4 to 0.5, they will wipe all characters and you have to start all over. In terms of selling items, which is also why I have saved some of these, you can see the price changes. For instance, this sells for 1,000 or 4,100 to her. If I go to Gunny, he will pay more. And as you can see, these are all alcohols, and he will pay more for alcohols. So Gunny will buy vice items, I think they are called in-game, being alcohol, tobacco, perfumes. He will pay more for that. Turncoat, as you can see, will pay more for every single kind of jewelry. Artisan will pay more for these credit cards. Lab rat, I don't have any items for her right now. She will buy some electronic items, mainly. I think it's only smartphones. They come in different varieties, but she will pay more for smartphones. And then I read that the current patch, the one that was just released, that Banshee will buy Intel items, whatever. Let's see, 2,400 on her. 2,400. Okay, so I have no idea what Intel items might be. 3,000. Driver's license. Are those it? Oh, yeah. Okay, so Intel items being laptops and IDs. Is that correct? 1,000. Yeah, laptops, and is that also passports? Okay, so he will also buy passports for more. That's actually interesting. That was added in the recent patch. So any kind of Intel items, mainly I think laptops and then IDs, he will buy more, or pay more for. Again, we won't talk about Walter. He's a different kind of trader. But you will unlock all of these trader as you gain in level. And I think this, well, if we don't count in apparel, that you also unlock on level. Level has no real meaning in this game. I think you unlock Banshee when you hit level 11. After that, you only unlock apparel. There's no gear that's locked behind your level. That's only unlocked behind rep. Okay, so let me just very quickly buy some of the gear that you would normally start the game with. 9, how much? 8, okay, let's... Oh, yeah, you have 9, so I will just go with this. You need to be aware of, you can see here, this offers protection from the front, from the back, but it has no side protection. I think that this, yeah, you can see this also offers side protection. It also weighs a bit more, but I will go with this. I don't plan on getting shot in the side. So let's just have you go there. Vendors, you will probably start with some other items than the ones that I buy here. Just from owning the game, there are different versions that you can buy that will give you access to better gear. I will, however, allow myself to still use the night vision. Okay, so let's go in and see what kind of weapons we can actually buy. Even though these are available at level 1, they won't be available to you when you start the game because you need to go out and find there are these magazines. I will probably do a guide video about that, but just know that you won't have access to these 2 weapons because they are special weapons you need to unlock in-game by finding a magazine. Okay, so let's just very quickly... you know what? I will allow myself a level 2 weapon. Should we go in with an MP5? You know what? Let's actually go in with an MP5. One thing you need to be aware of is the kind of ammo you are using. And as you can see, you can right-click your weapon. You can unload the magazine. You can also unload the ammo. Yeah, and they are using extreme penetrators. You don't need those in the starting town. So let me just go in with... Oh, you need level 1 to buy FMJs, not tracers. Right there, let's just get a bunch of ammo. Oh, let's store this up here. Yeah, you don't need this much ammo, but I'm bringing it nonetheless. Vendors, we also need some spare magazines. Oh, stop doing that, please. Magazines, you can sort things out here. Let me just get one extra magazine. Go like this, go like that. I'm not bringing a sidearm. I usually only bring sidearms whenever I go in with some sort of sniper weapons. I usually bring a sidearm. I don't bring a sidearm whenever especially not going in with MP5 and things like that. I don't bring sidearms. But if you want to bring a sidearm, by all means do. I just don't like them that much when I go in with M4s or, as I said, MP5s. So this is usually some variety of this that I like to go with. I don't bring out 5 magazines full of ammo. I bring out a magazine in the weapon, a spare magazine, and then I just bring spare bullets and then fill up the ammo. But we will get to see that once we get into the game. So, as you can see, you have a very limited HUD. You can make it even more limited. You can remove the stance indicator in the top left corner. You can also remove the compass. So the only thing to really be interested about in the base camp once you have done the tutorial is this donation box, as you can see. I usually like to put all my spare keys into here. I keep an extra set of all the keys I have. I usually keep an extra key on hand just in case I lose all of these keys, and we will go over how you lose items very soon. We will probably even see it. But yeah, you should always check this donation box because players sometimes leave items in here, and please only take what you actually need. So if there were 5 keys of this, only take, if you don't have it, I will say max 2, 1 to run around with and 1 spare in case you lose it. There is a hunger and thirst system. So hydration is thirst, energy is hunger. You need to drink and eat items. So as I said, when you first start up the game, you will have a mission to go to Alpha 1, I believe. But you don't want to do that. What you actually want to do is you will want to run out of the main base. And you want to hit up, you want to run into this area here. There is nothing really, I don't know why he's shooting me. There is no friendly fire when you're playing on a PvE server. If you were playing PvP, there would be friendly fire, so be careful with shooting your friends on a PvP server. Let me just turn on the normal volume. So I think once you hit this villa here, just run into it like I have done, you will get a new mission. And that is sort of a hidden mission. A lot of players, I think, don't know about this. It will take you through just some searching of different stuff, and you can see there are loot in these villas. I won't go through them because they are not really that important. These are not places that I like to hit because there is nothing special. But the first place we'll want to hit is this place right here. And I will show you why. We will probably also just check the convenience store in the restaurant. But this place here is actually the first place you'll want to hit. Because you can get some very interesting things. You want to be aware of, there are just enemies down here. Oh, I need to do something. I should have probably removed, you can't remove the ring itself, but you can remove the little thing inside. So, aiming down sights, You can also cant the weapons. There will be canted sights at one point. They are not in the game right now. You can hold Alt to hold your breath to stabilize your aim. Another thing you need to be aware of is when you aim down sights or you cant your weapon, or whenever you aim with your weapon, if you look at the top left corner, you can see the leftmost bar is slowly going down. That is your arm stamina. The heavier the weapon is, the quicker your arm stamina will drain. It might also have something to do with the ergonomics. I'm not 100% sure. I think ergonomics is just how quickly you zoom in and out, and then the weapons sway when you are zoomed in. But you don't want your arm stamina to drain, because then your aim will be all over the place. Let me just mute you real quick. The rightmost bar is general stamina. You use that whenever you are sprinting. The more you are carrying, the quicker the stamina will drain. And also when you hold your breath, you won't see the bar going down when you hold your breath, but you will at one point run out of breath, and then you won't be able to run, and you won't be able to hold your breath anymore. So let me just get a bit closer to those two guys down there. And as you can see, there is also a visual indication in the top left corner of how far away the enemies will be able to spot you. They, of course, cannot see you through walls. They will be able to hear you. If I were to stand up right now and just sprint around, they would probably hear me. You can, of course, also lean. Let me just take you out. Yeah, where did your friend go? Thank you. And as you can see, you have no HUD, so you have no ammo indication. I will show that off in just a second. Oh, you definitely want the Vaseline. You never know when you might run out of, when you might need Vaseline. Let's also take the wafer. And let me just actually split this like so, just because I don't like anything other except grenades and ammo being in this place here. But if you want to check your ammo, you can press the V key. He will do an ammo check, and as you can see, we have 21 bullets left. You can also do an Alt V. He will then check the entire weapon, the chamber, the magazine. He will check what fire mode you're on, and he will check the zeroing of your scope. If you have a scope that has a zoom function, it will also say the magnification that you are in. You can also do a Shift V, and that will only check the chamber of your weapon. Now, as I said, there is nothing really important to loot in these villas. I know that there is a purse, and I mean, it's $44, $43. You might as well loot it, and that will be this villa here, the luxury villa. Whenever you are moving through here, I don't remember which villas the mission will actually have you go through. But yeah, like I said, I won't show every single place that has a purse or a duffel bag or a jewelry box and things like that, because it's on a sort of risk reward and also how much you can actually get out of it. So we'll want to come over here, and you need to be aware of these two guys here. If you want, you can take them out if you want to be sure. And as you can see, they saw us. Come on. Okay, where the fuck did your friend go? Oh, shit. Oh, he's dead. Good. It's been a while since I played with with low tier weapons. Yeah, and this is a bug. He sounds like he isn't dead, but he actually is. And another real cool feature that this game has is that it shows you where you actually hit and what kind of damage you did to them and how you killed them. And what will kill the enemy will also kill you. So if you get shot in the head, you will definitely die, unless you are lucky and your helmet actually stops the round. But yeah, you will die very quickly in this game if you get if you are unlucky, or if the enemy knows how to shoot. So it's not like those types of game where the enemy can take 1 to 2 bullets, but you can take multiple hits. So you need to be very, very careful with how you approach some of these situations. Okay, let us just get a bit closer, so we can hopefully get off some headshots. Oh. Okay. Let's take the soda. And yeah, you always want to check, as you can see here. I mean, this is an item that sells for, I think, 1,400 with turncoat. Again, he is buying jewelry for more. You always want to check if they have vests and backpacks on, and little belt buckles, not belt buckles, but yeah, fanny packs. Thank you, game. And also if they have stuff here. I usually never loot the weapons. You may want to at the beginning of the game. So another reason to come down here and do this area here is because there is a little sort of tutorial. And let us just take that. Again, this is not a place I would normally hit, but there's a safe here. It has a code. You will find safes like this and other types of safes all over the place. Well, not all over the place, but they are in certain places. It requires a code. Usually the code will be somewhat nearby. In this case, the book is right here, and the code is simply just 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, most codes in the game, not including this one, and not including codes for the starter town, but every other code in the game, and I say every other code, there are some other differences. We might go into those at a later point, but unless it's something to do with mission codes, then every single code is unique for every single server. So whenever you load into a server, so for instance, just because you have a code to a certain door down, again, the market, this town here is not, is an exception. If you have a locked door with a code in Tiger Bay, and you have logged into a server, you have found that code on another server, you know what the code is, you go and unlock the safe or the door or whatever it is that is locked with the code. If you then join another server a few days later, that code will be different. The code will always be in the same place. So for instance, if there is a locked door, and there are in this place here with a code, if you know where to find the code will always be in the same place, but the code itself will be different from every single server. So let us just unlock this safe. Let's see what's in here. So yeah, it might be worth it to come down here and loot this safe. Let me just fill up this magazine. So now we want to actually be careful, because there might be enemies. Yeah, as you can see, there is an enemy right there. But now we want to hit the first place, the first real loot place. Oh, there is another one walking around behind him. Want to get a... He's dead. Is there any more? Oh yeah, there is. Okay, so is that a third guy? No, yeah, that's a third guy. God damn it, he's still alive. As you can see, my lungs, I have a small, let me just hold my breath so you can actually see it. It's not coming out. Yeah, as you can see there. And I have a lung symbol in the left corner, and there is the arm stamina. You need to be aware of those whenever you are aiming down sight and holding your breath. You probably want to loot the cigarette. So, in terms of what you should loot, I will say in the beginning, just loot everything. loot everything and sell everything that you can. Then if you come across any sort of valuable items, then just drop some of the other items that you are carrying that are not worth anything. You will learn very quickly which items are worth something and which ain't. But yeah, let us just hit over here, and this video has already taken way too long compared to all the places I actually want to show. So yeah, let us just hit this place over here. And again, I have never ever experienced, you can go in here and see if there are, this item here is important, and I will cover that at a later time. But there are certain mission items, you can store those in that. There are mission items that you need for the long-term contracts. For instance, you can see here I need to find acetylene cylinders. I also need to find encrypted hard drives, disk drives, and there are certain items you need to find like that. And those cigarettes, this one, the carton, not the single packs, you need to store at least 2 of those. But yeah, you want to climb over this fence into this building here. There's a metal box right here. This is the first tier of jewelry boxes. So it goes metal box, then there is a black jewelry box, and then there is a brown jewelry box, being the tier 3 item, the tier 3 loot box. And a lot of sort of containers like the metal box, like duffel bags, they come in tiers where they change color. For instance, this here, the wooden equipment box. You can find a lot of good starting equipment in these wooden equipment box. You can also find this firearm box, and I will definitely take this. It will sell for a couple of $100, maybe even 700-800, I'm not sure. But yeah, you definitely want to come here because you can find some higher tier weapons than the ones that you currently have access to. So just to show you again on the map, it's right down here. And let us head into Vanguard. Then I will talk a bit about that on the way. So Vanguard is an outpost, also known as a COP, a COP. I'm not 100% sure what that stands for. But these are places where you can sell and buy stuff if your faction has it under control. And you can see here it's blue on the map. This is a small outpost. There are also big outposts that look like this. You can see it's a bigger triangle with 3 dots inside compared to the 1 dot. If it's blue, that means that your faction owns it and you can just run in and sell stuff. If it's purple, then it's another faction. It doesn't tell you which of the 2 other faction it is. It simply just shows that it's another faction. If it is gray, like Tempest, that means that no one owns it, and it is full of, I say full, not necessarily full like that, but there is enemy NPC guards in the outpost that you need to kill before you can capture it and then gain access to the vendors. And you definitely want to, I would say, go out of your way to make sure that your faction has control of all the outposts in the region where you are currently doing missions. Because if you die, whenever you die, you get the option to spawn back at base camp and then the closest outpost to where you died. So if you are running around, let's say down here in Fort Nareth, and you don't have control with any of these outposts, and you actually die in Fort Nareth, this is not Fort Nareth, this is only Fort Nareth, but it's the same. If you don't have access to any of these outposts, then you will get sent really long way off. And whenever you die, you drop all of the stuff that you have with you. You spawn back at either if you choose, as I said, the closest outpost or base camp with only your knife. You then have to run out and recover all of your gear. If you were to die before recovering any of your gear on your corpse, you will lose all of that gear on your old corpse. So you will only have one active corpse that you can loot from. So keep that in mind, that everything you bring out is also at risk at getting lost if you were to die. Okay, let me just clean up my inventory real quick. Yeah, you know what, I can buy new. You will very quickly find out that money is not really an issue in this game. You can see it just says I have 4 million. It doesn't update until I hit 5 million. But money isn't really an issue in this game at all. So we made... Let me just also sell all of this. Let me have a quick snack. You can see our energy has gone down and our hydration has gone down a bit. Yeah, so 700 for that. You might as well sell the Vaseline. You might also sell that. You can see Gunny. It's $75. It's not a lot, but it's still something. And yeah, he will pay 1,400 for that. So let's just stack all of that up. And I will keep the money here just to show off how much we actually make from these loot runs. So we are good to go. Let me just make sure that I have a little bit more water. Oh, I had a bunch of more water up here. Let's also add this to the tally to see how much we actually make. And it is also very luck dependent how much you actually get from these loot runs, and if the places have already been looted. So if you were to do it this way, then the first place we will hit now will be warehouse. You won't have these names when you first start the game. You need to discover them. Then you will get to see these little labels. Whenever you discover stuff, they will not be there when you enter into the game first. Usually I like to go to Alpha 2 and then hit Criminal Hideout, Town Hall, and then go either warehouse, convenience store, water tower. But because we are doing it this way, I will definitely hit warehouse first. So, and in order to actually keep it, this video will be a really long one, I fear. But yeah, let me just go ahead and pause the recording. You know what? Fuck it. This will be a long episode. Fuck it. Let's just show everything as is in this video, and then say this will be a long episode for the first guide. I did cover some subjects that I did actually want to cover, but I also want to put as much info into these videos as possible. So yeah, if you are a somewhat veteran player and you are looking at this video and going, why the fuck will you hit up warehouse? And that is because there actually is a hidden place in warehouse. It doesn't require a key. Let me just take a look here. I will probably change weapon at one point because I am not a big fan of this MP5 build that I'm going with. You can... Yeah, okay, we got spotted. Okay, he actually died. Come on, die, goddammit. Yeah, they are getting... Come on. Yeah, we got hit. Am I getting shot from somewhere else? Yeah, we are getting shot from behind. Yeah, we are getting shot from behind. God damn it. Okay, we need to get some better cover here. And then deal with this situation of getting shot from behind. Okay, he is down. think I hit him, not 100% sure. 15 bullets left. You know what, let's actually do a reload while we are... Oh, I think that's him that's standing right there. Yeah. Okay, so in terms of wounds, let's see, we took a hit to the arm. Light wounds, I usually never do anything because as you can see there, it will disappear of its own accord. But medium wounds, you will need to do something with that. Okay, they didn't have anything on them. In that situation, they could have gone really bad, really quick. Okay, so how many enemies are left and where the hell are you? Now this is where you need to be very careful. Okay, he's right there. He's in a fairly good position. Let's make it over to that car over here. Did I? Yeah, 26 bullets. That should be enough to take care of him. He is moving. And he's dead. Good. Oh, I didn't actually mean to reload because we don't have a full magazine. Let's just do this. Let's split you. Oh, it gets split into there. Okay, let's reload now. Now, you always want to loot these enemies because they will have loot on them. Sometimes not very good loot, but they also has a chance to drop the keys you will be needing for doing this loot run. They didn't this time around though, but I have all the keys that is needed. Now the warehouse and the convenience store does not require any keys, but there will be places that will require keys. So let's just get in here. Now it is not in here, but I will just check it because again, I mean, there's no reason for you to actually go back to not carry items as long as you can and simply just loot everything. But the place you want to go is you want to come over here. And then you want to make it across here. Yeah, and I completely missed it. But you can get lucky. If you hit, like I did right there, you can actually climb up here. Now this little area here, it may not have anything good right now, and it really didn't. At least not that duffel bag. We will take the food and the drink, but there also is a metal box here. And again, $1,400 right there. Now the only reason that I'm online services connection lost, trying to reconnect, yeah, they still have a bit of server issue. Now the only reason, that was terrible shooting on my part. Come on. He will probably bleed out from taking all those hits. Do you mind fucking dying? The enemy will bleed out. I don't think the enemy will ever patch themselves up. I'm not 100% sure about that though. I hate this gun. Well, I don't hate the MP5, I just hate this. I should have probably mounted this side on a high rise or something. Yeah, there is still someone left alive. I just don't know where the hell he is. Okay, is that coming from behind us? And again, the enemy can be really tough to see. Maybe it's just me that's completely blind, but... Oh, hello. Terrible shooting on my part. He is dead. Now, I think... I'm pretty sure there should be one more. How much ammo? 9 shots. Let's just quickly change the magazine. Let's top it up. Yeah. There is someone. Oh, he's right there. He is right there. Am I getting shot by another player? Because I feel like I'm getting hit, but I'm not taking any damage. Is there another player? No. I mean, who the hell is shooting me now? I mean, there could be another player from another faction that's just fucking with us, but... I am so bad at spotting the enemy sometimes. It's not him, he hasn't spotted us. Who the fuck is shooting at us? Is he inside the building? I mean, are you fucking kidding me? Okay, I am actually getting... So it's not... Yeah, now we are suffering a medium bleeding. Let's do something about it. Now, in terms of medical items, you'll want to keep your medical items. You can keep them in these specialized medic containers, but you want to keep them in storage, not in storage, but either in your belt or your chest rig or your pockets that has this little lightning, because that means that you can access it from this quick menu. And that is much quicker than going in and opening it up like that. So we also suffered a medium arm fracture, so we need to also use a splint to heal that up. Now this is actually starting to annoy me a lot because I have no fucking clue where we are getting shot at. Now this may be extremely stupid what I'm doing. Again, I have no fucking clue where we are getting shot at from. Let me just check. Oh, there was one in the convenience store. Okay, he's definitely dead now. And yeah, these dead civilians, as you can see, it may not seem a lot, $24, but it all adds up.
We appreciate your cooperation.
So, the reason why I'm showing off this place is mostly because of these two. They can contain items that are good if you are just starting out the game. There also is this purse. There's 2 phones. Okay. Yeah, you son of a bitch, $21. But yeah, again, these equipment boxes. I think these wooden ones are the lowest tier. And they also have a Russian. As you can see, there is an SKS. We will simply just loot all of this just to sell. There's nothing in the cash register. And one thing I will say, if whenever you're going through places like these, just any loot place, always check tables, desks, closets, anything, because there can be, and I hope to get to show it off. There's also a weapon. We are taking this just for, yeah, it now goes into, this is also, every weapon has a durability. And if it has this little sort of glowing around the hammer and wrench, then it's because it's in full durability, and they can actually sell for a couple of $100. But yeah, always check just loose items. I cannot tell you how many thousands, if not tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars I have made from people ignoring or not seeing items that are loose items on the ground, on the floor. Let's just loot all of that. So yeah, that was warehouse and convenience store. Again, mostly the convenience store is because of these two boxes here, but also definitely the purse. Let me just make sure. I don't think we looted everyone in this area. We will definitely take this. Still no keys. None at all. I don't think we looted this dude. Oh, he had a key. That's for the doctor's office. I usually don't go there. It's up over here. You need it. There is a mission, but you don't need the key for the mission. But yeah, the doctor's office, you can sometimes find a bottle of liquor that will sell for maybe a couple of $100 if it's the lowest tier liquor. I have once found a bottle of liquor that sold for around $1,000, and that's it. So the next place we want to hit is actually Water Tower, so we need to go the other way. And the Water Tower is mainly, if you want equipment, there is... It's not a value, it's not a big money loot place for you to get valuables, but it can be very good if you want equipment, so new weapons, new armor and things like that. Oh, there is a guard. He's dead. And very close to the Water Tower is the place that I have died the most in the starting town, and we will also go there, despite me hating that place. And I'm really not looking forward to it with the MP5. Okay, he is dead. 21 bullets, it should be enough. And yeah, you probably don't want to loot enemies like I'm doing unless you are 100% sure that you have killed all the enemies in the area, because there is nothing worse than looting and then actually getting killed. And we just need to take a quick drink here. There's no reason for us not to reload while we have the chance. Oh, hello. He's dead. Good. There are also enemies behind that fenced gate over there. Now, I will show off, because there is a coded door, and the key to that coded door is in this little guard checkpoint right here. See the sticky note? Sometimes you can read the text fine. You can always translate the page. Again, this is one of the passwords that will always be the same. So if you commit this to memory, then you never need to come in here, because this code will always remain the same. So let us just make sure that there is still only one dude in here. Now, I don't remember 100% what is actually in here. There is a fridge if you need, also if you need some John Lennon. They are actually called Lennon sunglasses. Yeah, we will, as always, just take the food. Oh, definitely take that. There is a duffel bag in here. Again, if you want the pistol, you know what, I will just take it just to show you how much you can expect to actually make. So duffel bag comes in also 3 tiers. The blue one, I think, is the lowest tier. This is the second tier, and then there is a sort of brown, goldish duffel bag. That's the highest tier duffel bag. They can have a lot of different items in them. So here is the room with the code. You can use your numpad. You can also use the mouse to press the key. You can then open the door and come in here. And there is a UN equipment box. So UN equipment boxes will have things like MP5s, not the equipment box, but they will have a NATO and a US type armament. The firearms box, whoa, this is excellent. There is a full-fledged MP5 in here. Okay, so we want to actually now begin to drop some items. We can store you up here. And I usually like to always make sure that I'm full up on drink and food. We can start by taking you. We can take you. We still need a bit more food. And we can still just begin to drop all of these items. Now, there is an argument to be made with keeping food and water when you first start out, because Lab Rat is the only merchant that will buy food and drink items from you. There's a ring here, as you can see. We'll also take the sunglasses just because we have room. But yeah, the vendors usually have a very specific type of items that they will buy from you. And when speaking of the vendors, some of them are very easy to gain a rep with because they have a lot of missions that you can do for them. Lab Rat almost have no missions, so she is very hard to gain rep with. She was one of the last ones that I got level 4 on. And that's why I still am in the habit of just looting every single food item I find, because that's basically the only type of items that she will buy, food and medical items, and then the phone items, whereas the other vendors will buy a lot of other stuff. There is also these trash items. They have no real purpose in the game except being sold, and every vendor will always buy the trash items. And again, you will find out as you play the game which items are in that category. But just know that if you are trying to build up rep with a certain vendor compared to another, it may be advantageous to loot a certain type of items. There is usually more than one dude here. He might be over at the entrance. Hello? No? Oh, yeah, he is. Are you? Thank you. That's the leather belt. Oh, they moved this corpse. This corpse used to have his torso used to be sticking outside the wall, but they moved him in this patch, in the recent patch. That's good. So his torso and upper body would stick out through here. There's nothing in here. Again, you may as well check anything. I think there's a briefcase. Yeah, there's a briefcase. There's also newspapers. If you want, you can take them and you can translate the front page, read it for lore. You can also translate the back page and read that. There's also a corpse here that we can loot. Some money. Let us go through here. Some nectar. Let us just... You can't drink items and eat items directly off of dead bodies. Just to make sure you are topped off. And let us now go to... Yeah, let us go to Ripcord and just drop off. I will pause the recording while I run to Ripcord. And then I will resume it once we get there, so see you guys soon. Whoa, shit, we just ran directly into an enemy camp. Not a camp, but a place that has enemies in it. Come on. Thank you. That took way too many shots. And as you can hear there, the last enemies that was in here, he died from blood loss. From getting shot so many times. You can see here, complete blood loss. Yeah, we also shot him a couple of times. So we got another key. Let us just take that. I usually always loot the keys, despite me having almost all of them. Split. Thank you. But yeah, I will pause the recording and resume once we get back into Ripcord. And we are in Ripcord, and as you can see here, all of these items here cannot be sold to this vendor. And for instance, Lab Rat will not buy these items. So if you want to gain rep, you'll need to loot food items or these trash items. All of the vendors will also buy jewelries. So if you have unlocked turncoat level 4, or if you want to prioritize other vendors than turncoat, you can of course sell jewelry, even though they will sell for less, but you will gain, as you can see, if I were to sell all of this jewelry to someone else, I would gain a lot of rep. So there's also that, but for now we are only going with actually trying to make as much money as possible. So let us just sell all of this to you. And let's see what kind of money we have made so far. 6,000, that's not too bad. You can also sell keys. I will sell one because I have a spare in my spare key right here. Also in these spare key cases, but I will put this in the donation box once we get back to base. So for now we have made 6,400. I don't think, no, we didn't get any high value loot item this time around. I have restocked up on ammo. And let us now, he might have gone into Lumberyard. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, the Lumberyard is the #1 place in the starting town that I have died the most times. That is a horrific place. Just of the layout and the amount of enemies that are usually inside the Lumberyard. Oh, I should have bought a high rise. I forgot that for this MP5. Oh, we have enemies right down here. We don't have to engage those. But yeah, the Lumberyard has quite a few enemies. I think it has the 3rd most enemies, not counting the marketplace. The marketplace is definitely the place with the most enemies in the starting town. That's also where the boss of the starting town is, and we will not go in there, at least. I mean, you should level up a bit and before you go into marketplace, because there are a lot of enemies, and I will probably show how to clear it at one point. Oh, there is definitely an enemy over there. Now, I hate this place so much. Yeah, there are 2 enemies. Good, he is dead. Oh, there is... Is that an enemy? I hate this gun. I need to change... I need to remember to actually change weapon. Okay, so he might have gone through some part of Lumberyard, because I am seeing dead enemies. Now, the Lumberyard is not a place that I am hitting anymore. There are still some of these places, despite me being this level, that I still hit from time to time, just because of... Oh, when we actually got the Lumberyard key, that was very lucky. I do have it, but still, we need it for this place. But again, there is a firearms crate with Russian weapons and Russian parts. There's also this duffel bag. And if you need the fanny pack, you can take that. Also, if you need the magazine. So there are 2 doors. There is nothing really in here. Nope. But there is this place that needs the key. And again, it has... You can see now there are sunglasses on this chair, but you always want to check places like that for loose items. The wooden equipment box just has a normal chest rig, but there's also a firearms box that didn't really have anything useful this time. But yeah, I usually don't hit, not usually, I don't hit the lumberyard anymore just because I don't need the equipment anymore, and they don't sell for that much compared to some of the other places that we will go to. And there is nothing really in here. Now, did here he also killed the guard outside? Okay. Good, good, good. And another doctor's office key. Again, I don't loot items that are damaged because they sell for basically nothing and they take up so much inventory space. Again, I could, because I technically have the room and the carry capacity for it, but I am not going to. Okay, so because we are this place where we are here, we will hit the town hall next. And we need to be very careful despite him being at the marketplace. We have a guard down here. Let us avoid him. Oh, no, let's not avoid him because we don't want to go through the marketplace to get to the town hall. Okay, let us just get close. He's dead. Don't think we managed to alert anyone else. And yeah, enemies do respawn. There is some debate about how long. You can see, yeah, they have just respawned. We have just been here. This is the convenience store and the warehouse. Okay, so he is dead. He's died already. Loot and enemies do respawn. I don't think they are on the same timer necessarily. Because enemies seem to respawn at least a little bit quicker than the loot respawns. So, oh, shit, I see you. Whoa! We should not be alive, we should have been dead there. We should have been so fucking dead there. Are you still alive? Oh, there is another one alive somewhere. Okay, this is turning into quite the shit show. Where the hell did we get shot from? Oh, I see you, you son of a bitch. Good, he's dead. It would be so embarrassing to actually die here, but then again, not really, because a single bullet can kill us. And we should have been dead. He should have killed us, the one that came out from the convenience store. Okay, so were he the only one left? Let me just check real quick now that we're actually here. Yeah, so this is the enemy from before when we were here, and as you can see, the guards have respawned, but the loot hasn't. Okay. Yeah, let's take the money. Not sure there are anyone left alive. We need to keep an eye out on where he is going, because we don't want him to get to the loot before we do. The place where we are going now, and I am really not looking forward to clearing the town hall with an MP5, but let's make do, shall we? Let's just make sure that all of our ammunition is fully topped off. So yeah, whenever you are moving around the marketplace like this in the sort of perimeter outside, you need to be careful about these entrances that technically lead into the marketplace. Now there isn't anyone here this time, but yeah, as you can see, there is a 3-man checkpoint right here, and if you just walk right by here, if they are looking this way, they will sometimes just straight out kill you. If you get unlucky, of course. I think you might have actually shot your friend there. Yeah, I see you, you son of a bitch, you are dead. He's badly wounded. Now, I did not want to come in here, because this place can be a real shithole. And one thing I will say, if you are going to hit the marketplace, you need to clear it all the way outside before actually heading into the marketplace. And I will probably make a short video just clearing a restaurant, key to the attic. Now this is needed for a mission. I'm actually surprised we haven't found more of those keys, because they are dropping very, very frequent normally, because you need it for actually completing a mission. Let me just reload. But yeah, I will probably make a different video just showing off how to actually clear the marketplace. Because there are certain things you need to be aware of whenever you go in there, because there are so many enemies. And there is a sort of semi-hidden loot room that you can only access from the outside. Okay, we are coming up on the town hall. And you need a key to get access to the big loot room. God damn it. I see you, you son of a bitch. Okay, we are getting shot from somewhere. Whoa. Stop running, please, so I can actually fucking shoot you. God damn it, this side is so bad. You can see that little finger motion he did. That is because I'm actually running out of arm stamina. And that is very bad. You don't want that to hit the red, because then your sight will be all over the place. I know that there is someone left alive. Let me just... Yeah, I don't think that the one that died there is the one I'm thinking about. I think there is a one completely... Yeah, right there. Come on, die already. Okay. Ah, shit. Yeah, they spotted us. God damn it. And they are better equipped because they are a patrol. Shit. Come on, die. Thank you. Yeah, this patrol down here we need to take care of. Let's reload here. And let's not stand up while we do so, please. He is dead. Right behind the car. He can be a bit of a problem to actually get. Whoa, shit. Oh, that was stupid. That was stupid. I know exactly where that dude is. Whoa, we got hit bad there. We are still bleeding. Let us get some blood in real quick here. He hit our lungs. God damn it, we should be dead. We should be dead. That's 2 times where we should have been killed. And because our lungs has also taken damage, we need to use this suture kit. You won't have access to this high level of a suture kit, but you should have access to a lower level one. I know exactly where that dude is that shot us. Okay. Why are we... Oh, goddamn, we need to use another one because we both had lung damage, but we also have intestines or stomach damage. So let's just get ourselves fixed up here. That was stupid. That was so stupid on my part. And don't stop in the middle of the road to reload like I just did there. Okay, so he has... No, he has nothing. He has nothing because we hit him so many times, but because of the range and the ammo we are using is only 9 mil. Okay, I am very, very concerned with the third guy is. I will not go hunt for him. He might have bled out somewhere. Now, the dude that shot us in here, he is right inside that building right there. He's usually... And he may have moved now because we kind of aggroed him. Yeah, he is right there. He's actually completely forgotten about us. Did we kill him? I think we might have killed him. Okay, let's get to looting these guys. $7. As I said, you need a key, and this key is... It's kind of tied, in my opinion, with how rare it is with a key we will be needing after this place. There is 2 keys in this town that are very, very rare to get. And one of them is the key for the town hall financial room that we will be going into. So it's a key card more than a... And we got him. He's dead. Oh, another Lumberyard key. We want to check him. So this place is especially important to check shelves and tables and whatnot. And there is an enemy above us. Sometimes he comes down the stairs. Sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes he does that. Sometimes he comes out of that room. Sometimes he stands just in the corner. He has a few different behaviors that he can do. There might also be someone out here. Doesn't look like it. But yeah, the finance room that we need the keycard for is right here. Let me just check everything here to make sure that we are not missing anything. Check this box. This box very, very rarely has anything. But there is this safe. Oh, someone has been here lately. Okay, this is a very good find. These diamond earrings, that's a little over 5,000 if you sell them to Turncoat. Now, usually this safe is actually locked with a code that's 2218. And I am hoping that I can actually remember where that code is. So this room can have a lot of different stuff on the tables. But again, there is a firearms box, there is a magazine for an SKS, there is a flash hider for an AK, there is a recoil reducing pad, there is also this equipment box. Again, I don't loot those. Yeah. Then there is this room. Now this room here, as you can see here, there is a local ID card on the table. And there's also a bottle of liquor over there. There can be all kinds of different stuff and a gold necklace lying here. So this is actually, it's not the best example, but it's definitely an example of why you want to check tables and closets and shelves and things like that. And I believe, yeah, 2218. So this code is one of the codes that never change. And this is where the key is, what the code is. More propaganda, if you want to read it. And I will say that this game actually does a really good job of showing the horrors of war. There is, they show some pretty horrific stuff, and some of the missions are pretty horrifying if you actually read the text of what's going on. So whenever you get to these jackets, when first I encountered them, I was like, no, why the fuck would I loot a jacket? I don't need a jacket. I have a sweet ass combat fatigues on. I don't need a jacket. But that's not what it means. It means you actually loot. You can actually loot these jackets, and as you can see here, that's $1,400. And now we need to make room. I need to check and see, because we are hitting the criminal hideout next, which will also be the last place. Now you can also come in here. Again, remembering to check, you can see an expensive smartphone. We definitely want that. You can also go in there. So let's definitely take that. What else? A snip snap crunchy bar. More crunchy bar lighters. We don't want that. There is this ammo room. Yeah, let's get the Picatinny mount. Another recoil reducing pads, and also a Romanian shark handle. What's that? An accessory mount. We also want that simply just to gain as much money. I may have to just drop a bunch of stuff. You cannot, no, you cannot go in there. Okay, so let's loot that. Let's get that. Let's get that. These supply crates, they never have anything on them, in them, but they are used for events. Now, this ammo box, this 100, yeah, you can actually see, you actually find a mortar in these, it also says 120 millimeter mortar. These weigh a lot, and you need to be aware of that if you take these, you will highly likely end up being over encumbered. But let us just, for sheer argument, you know what, let's drop you, and let's drop you. Then we can do this, and then we can actually take it and see. Yeah, we are still not over encumbered. If you get over encumbered, you are not able to sprint, and that's the only penalty you will suffer. And there is no upper limit. You can carry as many mortar rounds as you want, carrying multiple of hundreds of kilos of loot. It doesn't serve any effect except you cannot sprint anymore. So the last place we want to hit, at least for now, because this video is getting very... Oh, shit. Thank you. Do you fucking mind dying? Did you die? Thank you. Yeah, 0 shots left. Nothing in there. As I say, usually I do this another way around. Usually I fly to Alpha 2, I hit the criminal hideout, approach it from a different angle. I then hit Town Hall. I then run down this road, hit convenience store, warehouse, water tower, and then either Alpha 1 or Ripcord and get out. But let us... And the reason why I do it that way is because you can actually approach this place pretty unseen. You come in through a... where the hell do I usually... Yeah, you come in through this hole in the wall. You run up to... whenever you land at Alpha 2, you run up, hug this wall. You then climb this wall right here, run up, get through to here. You then want to come in here. As you can see, there is an enemy standing right here. There is usually... yeah, there's also an enemy over there. Yeah, and there might be a third guy out here. It's not always the case. Let us just get him taken out. Bad fucking shooting on my part. Now there is a bit of a problem enemy here. No magazines available. Oh, it's because I have no fucking ammo. God damn it. That's how you get killed in a firefight real quick. Now there is a bit of a trouble enemy in this place. Yeah, as you can see, he is standing right in there. He can be so fucking hard to see. Did we take him? No, we did hit him, but he's not dead. Yeah, that's not... we want to get inside to take him out. Get through here, please. Come on, thank you. Let's reload real quick. Again, don't loot like I'm doing here. Make sure you clear, especially him in there, and we want to loot this safe. Because this safe can have... Thank you. Now, this safe here, I cannot tell you how many times I have hit this villa, this criminal hideout, and this safe remains unlooted. I think most people who come here actually think that this is just a graphical prop. I don't think... I assume that a lot of people don't know that you can actually loot this safe. The code is 2137. Never changes. Oh, this could be good. Okay, well, this is really good. This is shit. You need this for a long-term contract, but yeah, money is pretty shit to find in these. You preferably want items. Let us just drop this. I will take this just because it's needed for a long-term contract. But yeah, always loot that safe. It can have a pretty high value loot in it. Okay, let us get going. Now, yeah, you can see this dude right here. He has a few different spawn locations. Normally, you can't get him from this window. He is just right here. But you need to be aware of he is actually there. Now, sometimes, if that dude out there isn't out there, he may be in this room here. Another one you need to be aware of is, yeah, him right here. Thank you. Usually he stands right around that corpse. But just be aware that there are two in the backyard here. Anything interesting? Vaseline and a doctor's office key that we cannot carry. I won't loot this key because we already have a doctor's key. And we will probably need the space very soon. Now there is one more enemy left upstairs. You can, depending on how you approach this villa, you can take him out from the other side of the villa, from the main entrance out there. Always check him. That's just a magazine. We don't want that. Some tofu. Again, check the shelves. There is another wooden equipment box here, if you want to loot that. Some nice coke. If you want to partake in that, you can't in this game, but you will see drugs all over the place. And there is nothing else here. Okay, so let's head upstairs. Let me just do a bit of tactical reloading here. Can also go full auto, by the way. It does have that option. It doesn't have burst for some reason, even though you can clearly see when you check the weapon. On the side, it clearly has a burst selection, but there is no burst fire in the game. I don't know if it's coming or not. Now, this bathroom, you usually don't have anything, but you want to check it. The enemy is right in there. You can choose to clear him out first. Sometimes there is a mortar in this case. Right now there isn't, but there is an ammo box where you can sometimes find higher tier ammo than you normally have access to. There is an equipment box, there is a firearm box, and ooh, this may be an AK some kind. Yeah, an AK-MN. We don't really have the space. I mean, we could drop this, we could drop those. This will probably leave us over encumbered. But that will be okay, because that will allow me definitely drop this magazine. You can unload it and sell the ammo. I'm not going to. What else do we want to drop? We are so close to actually having enough room. You know what, let me drop one of these stocks, because that should leave me... Oh, just not enough room. We need 2 more items. You know what, let's just very quickly drink and eat something. That way we can store you down here, and we can get you into here. And now we will be over encumbered. You can see that KG symbol in the top left corner. That means we are carrying too much. We can no longer sprint. Now there is this bathroom. It has a medical bag where you can sometimes find, for instance, these 2 items you won't have access to when you start out. And these are, normally you have civilian gauze, which is the first tier item of this bandages, and then last this end tier is this seal modular bandage. That's the best one. You can see this has 4 uses, this has 3 uses, and the civilian version only has 1 use. And the civilian version only closes 1 wound, these closes 2 wounds, and these closes 3 wounds, I believe. So there's an enemy in here. Let's kick in the door. That's him taken care of. Again, you can sometimes, depending on the weapon you are using, you can shoot him from this yard. Just take him out. Let's see what he has. He has nothing. Okay, so the key for the safe, not the key, but the code for the safe is right here, 2137. There is a duffel bag here. Belt, bamboo shot, we don't need any of that. There is nothing here this time. There is this metal box. Let's see what we get. We get a gold ring. What do we want to drop? You know what? Let's drop this key. We already have one of those. And that should be everything in here. Let's not forget my own golden rule with checking everything. So this is perhaps the most rare key in the starting town to this room here. And the thing is, normally, whenever you get keys, you can see here this says, okay, so the restaurant is actually a stupid example, because the restaurant is not shown on the map. But usually the place will say, for instance, the Lumberyard, doctor's office. This place is called Criminal Hideout, but the key you need is actually called, it's called Occupied Villa, and it actually took me a very long time after I found that key to actually figure out where the hell that key was needed. PL office, restaurant, Fort Narrows, not sure where it is. We might find it at one point. But yeah, it's called Occupied Villa Key, and this is called Criminal Hideout on the map. So in here you have a higher tier. Oh, this is, yeah, you can see you can find pretty decent items here. You know what, let's actually just get rid of all of this stuff. Let's see if we cannot make room for you. You may need this type of... God damn it. Okay, let's just drop you and take... You know what, let's also store this key. Now, I'm not sure which of these sells for more, but I will just take this. But yeah, this weapons crate here can have much higher gear than you normally have access to. Nothing here. The ammo box. Okay, this has 12 gauge ammo. So, when you are over encumbered, as I said, you are not able to sprint, you are also not able to jump, and you are not able to climb over stuff. And normally, doctor's office key, let's just drink you. Normally you would have to go a long way around to hit Alpha 2 or go down to Tempest. Now Tempest is not under our control, so we would have to clear it. I won't do that this time because I need to end the video. It's been almost 2 hours. But there is a little trick that you can do. Yeah, now this briefcase here is a bit of a it's a bit of a bonus loot item because sometimes it has nothing, like that Steven Seagal scarf there. But sometimes you can actually find pretty high tier jewelry in it. This trick is something that you can use a lot of different places in the game, and I use it a lot. You need, however, to make sure that there are no other players around, because you are taking a small risk. So what you want to do is you want to come up to this railing here, this fence, look up, and then drop your backpack. You can now see we are no longer encumbered. We can climb over it, and we can simply just take our backpack. Just make sure that there are no players actually near you that can make the run in and grab your loot. So let's head over to Alpha 2. And let's head back to base and sell the loot. And see how much we actually made from this loot run. And again, there may be other places in this town that you go to. By all means, if there are, let me know and I will definitely show them off. But yeah, these are basically the 4 places for being. I kind of view the warehouse and convenience store as one place. So the warehouse and convenience store, water tower, town hall, and criminal hideout. I will make a separate video. Again, I don't hit the lumberyard anymore. You may want to, just to get equipment because it has no real money value, that place. But those are the places that I usually hit in the starting town, and I still hit them from time to time because, as you can see, this will actually bring us quite a decent amount of money. So let me just go ahead and call the bird.
Raven, wheels up for Alpha 2.
And you can see it will arrive in 35 seconds. It does take into account if you are a long way away, it will give you more time to actually reach the LC. So you can call it in advance. There is some finicky going on with the timer that sometimes it gives you way too long time and you will actually have to sit here and wait a couple of minutes. And sometimes it gives you, as you can see, it really fits very nicely with the amount of time we are given with how far away we are. Now once you board the helicopter, you can press the L key to have it take off right away. If you are in a squad, you want to make sure that everyone is in the squad before you actually hit the L key, because it will take off without everyone being present on the helicopter. So yeah, basically that was the starting town loot run. Again, I will make a separate. I feel bad for you, Stevie, that I just hit that place. Again, I will make a separate video to show off the marketplace. And if you have places that I should hit, in this town, please let me know, and I will include it into that video also. There is something to be said about hitting this checkpoint because there are some equipment boxes. I think there's one equipment box at the checkpoint, but again, this is more to show off value in terms of money. So let's just go over to the donation box and let us store the Lumberyard key here. You know what? Let's also store this. No, you know what? Let's sell the mortar round. If you want to use mortar rounds, you need to have it in your stash. Like this, and then you can go to the map. You can click mortar support, right click mortar support, and you can see we have the one low range and then have some high and medium range also stored up. I am beginning to use mortars more and more because they are actually quite useful. But yeah, let us just get everything. Oh, we also needed to store that and that. Like so. Let us just store everything up like this. Also definitely get the Vaseline out. And let us just sell everything that we actually can. So yeah, 1,000. Sell you. Sell the Vaseline to you. Sell these. Now, again, the digital camera is needed for a mission, but I will say, and you can see as we go to, no, Labrat will not pay more, but she will pay more for this expensive smartphone. You also need this for a mission, but I will say in the beginning, it's better to sell the items for money than it is to save it. For these, of course, if you have a mission where you need digital cameras, of course, save the digital camera if you get it. But as you can see, I have 2 of these. These are basically just filled with these mission items that you need because you get so many of them. Some of them are very common, very easy to find. As you can see, the water purification tablets, I have so many of them. Some of the other items are much rarer to come by, but in the beginning, I would say sell these items. There's no reason for you to actually save them. Let me actually just check to make sure that Banshee isn't. No, he's not paying more for that. Oh, is he? No, he actually is. Okay, so he also buys camera for more money. Ah, I did not know that. I did not realize that. Let's just sell that off. Labrat, you can sell that. Gunny, you can sell that. Then turncoat, you can see 3,600. We also have the diamonds earring, that's 5,700. Let's sort all of this up. Let's go to Labrat because let's sell this water bottle. It's $6, but we want it all. Now, and as you can see, we made 21,762. And if we were to compare that to some weapons, I mean, that's a pretty decent amount of weapons that you can actually buy for those amounts of money. And we just bought the, of course, we had to discount the MP5 because we bought that and used, but you will, when you start the game, you will begin the game with a couple of M4s that you can just take out. But as you can see, 21,762 for roughly 2 hours. I mean, that's pretty decent. I think, again, I would say we got in sort of middle ground in terms of how lucky we got with the loot we actually found. Usually, I would say 21,700 is a bit on the low side. I would say that 2,500 to 3,500 is middle, and then 3,500 plus is then you had good luck with the items that you found. But yeah, so that is my guide for the place that I like to hit in the starting town. Again, please leave a note in the comments if there are other places you would like to see. I will make a separate video about the marketplace because that is a bit finicky, and I will definitely not use the MP5 for that. Let me just actually go ahead and sell all of this stuff. Oh, we also need to sell that. So 232. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's still. And that basically means I won't count the MP5. But yeah, we made close to 2,200. So yeah, that has been my guide for the starting town. Again, I know that there are a lot of places, so please let me know if there are other places you guys like to hit, and I will definitely show it off when I show the marketplace video. But for now, thanks for watching, guys. Oh, and also one thing that's very important. You need to make sure when you log out that it says safely end deployment. You cannot simply log out in the wilderness. You need to be either in base camp or in one of the outposts. Then you can safely log out. If you log out any other place than that, if it doesn't say safely end deployment, you will lose all of the gear you have on you. So always make sure that you log out safely. And let me just actually real quick. This is also another thing you should get into the habit to always replace your medic stuff when you have the chance, because there's nothing worse than running out of medical items when out on mission, and always check that you have full stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Please take care of yourself. Thanks for all the fish. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.